Good evening, everybody. Hey, looks like we've got Emma from Talking Mickey Project. Welcome in. Welcome in. April, welcome in. Sandy Birdwell. Sandy, how are those birds doing today? And and of course, we have our guest already in chat here, Jeff. I'm going to bring him in right now. We're basically going to talk about for first timers for Walt Disney World and for Disneyland. What do you want to do? Hold on. Here's my guest, Jeff.
Hello,
Hey there,
everybody.
Jeff.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Looks like we got some people in here. April and Emma. I made Emma a mod because since she is my partner
Gotta
channel
be a
now.
mod, right? Emma's got to be a mod.
She does. I mean, she's special. Okay, now, Jeff, you have been to both Disneyland and Disney World.
Sorry, I was texting somebody so they know we're here, so they hopefully come into the show. Yes, I grew up in Southern California. First time I was at Disneyland was before I was 1 year old. My grandfather worked there before the place even opened in 54 and 55. Then I moved to Texas, and now when we go on vacation, we generally go east rather than west. But yeah, Disneyland's still my home park. I love it, and I always will.
You're not the first person that I've talked to that has gone to both that has said that Disneyland is their home park rather than Disney World.
Forever.
I mean, Kelly from the Mickey Bunch.
Yep,
she's
my buddy.
She believes that Disneyland is her home park.
Absolutely.
Looks like Chris from Addy Family Adventures is here. Welcome in, Chris.
Hey, buddy. Long time no see.
Can anyone hear you, Chris? We can see you. Okay. Now, since a lot of people, especially in the Disney World side of things, haven't really spent much time at Disneyland, what do you think is the number one thing that a first-time Disneyland guest that's been to Disney World should do?
You should walk under the bridge right there, right under where the train goes by, read the sign, and then just walk through, and then look a little, mostly straight ahead, but a tad to your left to the fire station, and look up at that light that used to be on when Walt was in the parks and off when he wasn't. Now it's on all the time. And just think to yourself, Walt walked right here. Walt did this for me. And then I think your day will be full of gratitude and happiness, because he really did. He did it for us. He made it for us. He made it for him. He made it for his daughters. He made it for every single one of us. I mean, I never met the man, but there's probably, outside of family members, no one I'd like to thank more than him. And he, I mean, that's, to me, it's the light in the firehouse.
Every time I go past that firehouse, whether it's my first time, well, actually probably not my first time, but every time recently that I've gone past that firehouse, I basically give it a good salute, because Walt Disney, he was the quintessential creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if he hadn't have come up with Disneyland, then Walt Disney World, it would just be a swamp, in all honesty.
I mean, it wouldn't be what it is. That's for dang sure.
Exactly.
We're in this Disney YouTube community and Diz Twitter and all the places that we. I mean, I wouldn't know you, Brian.
Exactly.
I wouldn't know Emma. I wouldn't know Chris. My best friends in the world, I didn't know 4, 5, 6 years ago, because I didn't have this. And I mean, I certainly didn't start doing this to make friends, but it's been a nice bonus, right? We need to have, that's my biggest annoyance with the Disney, not to go negative, but with the Disney creator community. It's so negative, and it's so, what's the word I want to use? Entitled. And we have so much to be thankful for. I mean, the world is a mess right now, and we're talking about Mickey freaking Mouse. So, I feel like we need to be a little more thankful. And I hope I am. I think I am. I want to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are. I have to say, I got into the Disney YouTube community because I was basically looking for Magic Kingdom park land overviews. So I was like, I'd never been to Disney World. I'm going to be going on my first trip at the end of October to Walt Disney World.
You
Never
will be
been.
in October. You will be.
Yeah, October 29th through November 6th.
So oh my gosh. So we're there early November, Brian. Have I told? I mean, we should talk about this off stream, but I think we get there like the 8th. I don't know what I'm talking about. I will look before when we're done here, or tomorrow, or sometime this weekend. We might overlap. That'd be freaking cool.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be amazing.
Hey,
Jennifer especially would love to meet you. I mean,
I'd love to meet all you guys. That would be amazing.
You know,
That'd be a blessing.
I have to say, Jennifer would be remiss if I didn't address you as her favorite name for you, Mr. Dole Whip Dad.
Oh, wait a minute. Who are we talking about?
Jennifer Geiger.
Oh, I love Jennifer. Okay, sure. Yes, I love Jennifer.
She's my girlfriend. I've been dating her for.
I didn't know that. If I did, I forgot. I didn't know that.
That's all right. That's all right.
Give her a big hug for me. She's my favorite.
Of course. And she said that she wants to meet you, but she'd probably be so nervous.
Oh God, why? No.
It's her and I share something in common. We're both large and in charge, but she's a little bit more self-conscious about it than I am.
Well, okay, so we have so the large part we would have in common, the self-conscious part we don't. But that's all right. Yeah. I still want to hug.
Exactly. Oh, hey, Rich.
Or a little different because they're usually.
Hey there, Richard. Bloom and Cheesa, welcome in, buddy.
Now, if she's there and we don't meet up, I'll be unhappy. So.
Well, I am scheduling a meetup day.
Seriously, I mean, maybe not tonight. I have family downstairs, so I can only have an hour. But sometime this weekend, if not tonight, I'll make sure I send you my dates. It might not work out, but I think it might. That'd be so amazing.
Of course. And worst case scenario, when we leave on the 6th, we have a couple of hour layover in Dallas Fort Worth.
This trip, but so I live in Dallas Fort. I don't know. I mean, I know you do.
I know you live in Fort
Worth. So, oh my gosh, if we're on the road, I don't know. So we just got to figure it out. We'll figure it because we drive out.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll talk about. I don't want to take up your whole show with that.
No worries.
That would be amazing.
Now, as far as first timers from Disney World, we've already mentioned it's a necessity. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
That you have to give. I am. I promise, I am. But it's a must. It's a rite of passage to wave hi to Walt up in his apartment. Also, to go on the rides at Disneyland that are not at Walt Disney World, and there's a lot of
them.
There
is my favorite. Okay, so when I moved out here, it was true to say my favorite ride was at Disneyland and not Disney World. Now, now I can ride in the Millennium Falcon, and they got the Avatar ride. So the world's changed a little bit, but at the time, the Indiana Jones ride was my absolute favorite. It's amazing. That's an absolute,
it's a blast.
It's great.
They stopped the snake moving for some reason. I don't know why.
Really, I didn't know. Oh, also, I have to say, right next door, Pirates of the Caribbean. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a million times better. It's a trillion times better at Disneyland. Like I still love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the iconic ride. It's not as good.
Kelly and I were talking, and James were talking at the Chicken Dinner restaurant, and we were sitting there, just having a chit chat while munching on their famous fried chicken. By the way, if you're ever in Orange County, you have to visit Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner restaurant. Great chicken. But we were sitting there talking about what we should do at the Magic Kingdom, and she said, "Well, don't go on Pirates. You will be depressed."
At the Magic Kingdom.
At the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
She said, don't go on Pirates.
I mean, I would not go on it. I mean, if you've been to Disneyland, you're gonna go, what? I mean, it's still great, but it's a lower level. Even Haunted Mansion, which I really love the Magic Kingdom one. So I'm not gonna say it's better. I'm gonna say it's different, but I mean, there's no Hatbox Ghost in Orlando. Like I prefer Disneyland. Period.
A lot of people do, and I know Emma from Talking Mickey Project. She has probably the biggest fascination I've ever seen with that Hatbox Ghost, or as she calls him, Addy.
It's like my favorite character. I love. I mean,
totally.
but I love the Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, it was great that they were able to finally um, put the Hatbox Ghost in there and
Took so
given
long to get the technology to work because what
exactly.
he wanted to do in, well, I don't know what, 65 or whatever, just didn't
Hmm.
work right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I collect a lot of stuff, and I collect if there's a Hatbox Ghost item and I can afford it, I buy it.
Oh, nice.
My favorite, I don't wear ears, but my favorite ears that I own are Hatbox Ghosts. I've got the I'm trying to see if the box is there where he lives in the box. I don't know. I've got it somewhere, but it's a mess in here. I don't know where anything is.
Wait a minute, Jeff.
Hi, Jennifer.
You actually wear ears?
No, I buy ears.
Hey, oh, Jennifer,
I wear
welcome
ears
in.
for pictures on very rare occasions. Usually not, but I buy ears. My daughters wear ears. My wife wears ears. I'm just the wallet for our ear collection.
And Jennifer, just so that you know,
We
I
were talking about
did.
you.
Yeah, we were talking about you. I did call Jeff Mr. Dole Whip Dad just for you. So
Which made me feel old. Normally, I would say that's my dad's name, but it's not true this time, so I can't really say that.
um but yeah, as far as first timers to Disneyland, um there's a lot of attractions in Fantasyland that they really have to experience.
Yeah.
First and foremost, is the one attraction that was missing from Walt Disney World from the Magic Kingdom that was there for a time, but it was transferred ownerships, and that would be Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, the only ride at Disneyland. Everything else is an attraction.
There's actually Mr. Toad's Wild Ride news today. Are you aware of that?
No, I did
They
not hear about
updated the lighting on the ride, for the ride.
Oh,
yeah,
they updated the lighting inside.
It's updated lighting in the ride, or on the ride. My sister, this is my family's inside. And I've said this before, but not very often. My sister, when she was like 4 years old, again, we went to Disneyland a lot. She called it Mr. Toad's Frog. So in our family, we don't call it Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. We call it Mr. Toad's Frog because my sister Jennifer called it that. And so it will always be one of my favorite rides. And it's a great ride. It's awesome. Yeah, there you go. I don't know where I was going with that.
Oh, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was one of my favorite rides as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved that ride. Mm-hmm. And as my past guest last week, George, as he would say, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is the only ride where you can go to hell and come back to tell the tale.
That's right. One of my favorite. Yes, I'm going to walk off stage for like 10 seconds and see if I can reach. One of my favorite Disney pins is right there, and it's. I'll be right back. I mean,
go get it. I'll keep the chat entertained.
Hold on 1 second.
Got it. So Jennifer, did you have a good day today?
Okay. So I collect Disney pins. A lot of people in the chat probably collect Disney pins. Do you guys collect Disney pins, Brian?
I used to have a collection when I was working at Disneyland. I had so many. I had so many. Oh, there you go, Jeff. Oops.
Mr. Toad's Frog. Yeah, my sister Jennifer still calls it that, but called it that when she was little.
Well, when I was young, I absolutely loved Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and I have pictures of me and my dad in the car going out of the ride.
Oh, fun.
Where exiting out through the hell gate.
Well, they still have it. I think or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing Walt Disney World and Disneyland, but they still have the ride vehicle out there for pictures, don't they? I think
they still do.
Okay, good.
I will actually be at Disneyland on Sunday with my mom.
Oh, nice. Sunday, like 2 days from
Sunday.
Now? Oh, I'm
Sunday,
jealous.
like 2 days from now.
So jealous. So can I show these pins off? Can I?
Yes, definitely.
I've got a bunch.
Let me bring you forward here.
Oh, okay, I see. Well,
whoops, hold on. Let me get this right here. Whoops, I think I got it wrong there. Let's see if I can do this.
You do your thing, and I'll tell the story while you do your thing. So I was there in 2019. I guess the day of, the week of, the month of, I don't know what I'm talking about, something like that, when the 70th anniversary of both Wind of the Willows, and what? Do you guys know in chat? Do you know, Brian?
A Wind in the Willows and oh gosh,
Legend
I
of
can't remember.
Sleepy Hollow. So when the movie was out, when the cartoon came out 70 years ago, 72 years ago now, it was a twofer. So we had The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which when I was a kid was absolutely terrifying and my favorite. And I love this pin so much. I love Ichabod Crane. I love the Headless Horseman. One of my favorite things about the what is the parade called? Boo-to-You, I think the Boo-to-You Halloween parade. Is that what's called? When the Headless Horseman comes out.
Oh no! Whoops! For whatever reason I can't. Oh, I see what's wrong.
Okay, this is whatever you want to do. Oh, there you go. So anyway, so the 70th anniversary of this would mean it's the 70th anniversary of Wind of the Willows, which is where we get Mr. Toad.
Mm-hmm.
Why won't it focus? There we
go. There you go.
And I love this pin. So their 70th anniversary. I don't know how many they made here. Well, it doesn't matter. But these are two of my all-time favorites because these are two of my very favorite pins and two of my favorite movies. I love these when I was 4. I love them when I'm 52. And I love Casey Corner in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, hey, Casey.
Those. I love
oh my gosh, hey Casey.
Casey's
welcome in. Thank you for stopping by.
He's a great guy.
But other attractions that are strong recommendations for people who've never been to Disneyland, but are Magic Kingdom fans. Alice in Wonderland.
Another one of my favorite all-time rides. Is
don't think Magic Kingdom has anything Alice in Wonderland other than the teacups.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of teacups. Well, for me, and you're right, I love that in Fantasyland, but if you leave Fantasyland a little bit, if you go through the castle, through Fantasyland, you make a right. One of my favorite rides is there, and it's not in Disney World, and that's the Matterhorn. I love that ride. Cannot miss that ride if you're in Disneyland. I mean, to answer your question, if it's the first time in Disneyland, Matterhorn and Indiana Jones got to be the two, right? I mean, the Matterhorn is classic. Disneyland.
Totally.
Yeah. Love
it. And you see at Disneyland, unlike at Magic Kingdom, we have 4 mountains, where the Magic Kingdom has 3 mountains.
Yeah.
So you have the Matterhorn, which is the first tubular steel roller coaster.
There you go. Look at you. Exactly.
And then you have
tubular, and I want to sing like "Whip It" from Devo.
Oh, the tubular.
Your dad in the house. What's going on, Kevin?
Oh, hey, Kevin. Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, Kevin. I'm not sure if you realize this, but I have you as a mod.
Nice.
Okay.
Congrats. Yeah, it's actually 2 rides, right? Because you've got the inner.
It is. You have the
outer
Fantasyland side, and you have the Tomorrowland side, and they're totally different because
they are. I mean, and when I was a kid, the lines were a lot longer because that was like the e-ticket ride. I'm old, and so you would have to spend a good portion of your day to do both, and we did. That's how freaking awesome that ride is. It's amazing. I love that ride.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Jennifer and I, when we go to Disneyland and when we're going to Florida, we will be using the DAS system, the Disability Access Service, and we touched on that a couple weeks ago with Emma and her mom.
I heard a little bit of the show. I didn't hear the whole show, but I heard a little bit of it.
And it really is a blessing because we're able to do so much in one day. Using that system, so yeah, and with you got Alice, you got the Matterhorn, another Fantasyland ride that every Disney Worlder has to do is the original It's a Small World.
I couldn't agree more. Again, like I said with Pirates, it's even more so true with this one.
Yeah,
I don't. Boy, my grandma, who's no longer with us, is going to punch me in the face if she can. Hey, Melissa, I don't even like It's a Small World in Orlando. I don't know why people do, but the Small World in Disneyland is awesome. Also, if you're lucky enough to be there for Christmas, unbelievable.
Oh, God, yeah.
And if you're a Disney fan like we are,
overlay.
Yeah, it's
The
amazing.
holiday overlay is
It's the best. That's the best. Well, the Nightmare Before Christmas is amazing too, but that's another one in California. You got to do the Nightmare Before Christmas Haunted
oh,
Mansion. But
definitely.
if you like Disney, if you like the history of Disney, Mary Blair's art, which is coming back, by the way. I mean, that's where
nice.
it's everything. It's the best. You got to go. You got to go.
And the facade, the outside facade for the Small World.
I remember the first time I saw it in Orlando. I'm still upset. It's been years since I saw it. Like, that's not. Don't you tell me it's a Small World.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
A 7-Eleven.
It's not the castle. It's not the second castle. I mean, come on.
It actually makes me mad.
I mean, It's a Small World in Disneyland I'd say it's more of a palace than Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Well said. I'm gonna steal that. I like that so much. I'm gonna pretend like that was my idea.
Go right ahead. It's all yours.
Beyond Philly, Texas, in my state. What's going on? Welcome in.
Oh, hey, Melissa. We have 2 Melissas in the house now. That's awesome.
We can't have too many Melissas.
No, we can't have too many Melissas. But yeah, Melissa and Walt. By the way, I have to say this, because Melissa's here. I have to say this. Walt and Melissa, since their videos, their vlogs, when they did the park overviews or the land overviews of Magic Kingdom, that was what got me really excited about going to Walt Disney World, and that was a few years ago that I first saw that. That's cool.
See,
so
I bet she loves hearing that.
And because of that, because of if I hadn't have left a comment on one of Walt's 3 for Thursday videos and noticed, oh my God, he actually replied to me in his next video. I'm like, oh, what? Really?
They're really nice.
I'm just me. It's like I'm nobody special. I was like, cool,
They're great. They're great.
Oh, hey, we got to give out a gobble.
Hey, buddy.
We got Dean in here.
Speaking of meeting up, I got to meet up with Dean in Disney Springs.
I'm on our meetup day when we go is going to be October 29th. So if anybody is in Florida and wants to meet up with Jennifer and I when we're in Florida, the day we're going to be meeting up is at Disney Springs on October 29th, the day we get there.
How fun.
Kelly gave me that idea because I was telling Jennifer recently, hey, I want to meet this person. I want to meet this person. I want to meet. And Kelly really laid it into me on Instagram. She said, just pick one day where you meet everybody.
Yeah,
and then just, if you run into people, great. If not, that's great too.
If you're fans of enough Disney channels like I am, when you're in the parks, you're gonna bump into people.
Cool. Totally. But yeah,
yep, Dean.
Again, another thing that the Disney Worlders have to do at the Magic Kingdom, in addition to Small World. Now, unfortunately, Toontown is not going to be open again until next year, but it's going to be open refreshed in 2023. But you do have to check out an attraction that plays to the heart of what Walt Disney really wanted to do with his park. And that was the original idea of Disneylandia, which is kept alive in the Storybook Land canal boats.
Look at you, yeah. Well, there's that iconic picture, right? Everybody knows that of going into, what's his name? What's the whale's mouth? What's his name?
Steamboat Willie?
Monstro.
Oh, Monstro, yeah, Monstro.
Mouth, but nobody knows what's in. Well,
hey, welcome in, buddy. Producer Preston.
Happy birthday a couple weeks ago. But anyway,
Preston. I'm I'm interviewing Jeff here. Dole Whip Dad.
Preston used to be a Dodger fan, but he flipped over to the Philly side. But I trust you'll come back, Preston.
Nice. Dodgers. But yeah, definitely have to do Storybook Land canal boats if you've never been to Disneyland.
It's amazing
because it tells basically every fairy tale in one ride.
And it's art. I don't want to give too much if people don't know what it is and you're gonna go, but I mean, I guess we can, but it's amazing, right? It's I love it, and we don't always go to. I mean, I don't go to Disneyland as much anymore. My wife will go to Disneyland with the kids maybe once a year. Sometimes I make that trip, sometimes I don't. But I haven't been on that ride in over a decade, I bet.
it's one of those rides. It's relaxing. It's not a roller coaster, and it's just a slow boat ride. And if you have a good storyteller, it can be one of the most awesome experiences in the park ever.
I love that.
Um, Also, there is one other there's one other ride that it kind of parallels with Storybook Land, because if you can't really get on Storybook Land, you might as well go on the ride that's right next to it in Fantasyland. That's Casey Jr. Circus Train, because it really weaves its way in and around through Storybook Land, so you can still see all the sets. So Storybook Land has a long line. Just hop on over to Casey, and you'll be able to see all the same sets.
Well, and if you got little people, they love those ride vehicles a lot.
Oh yeah, especially if you can get an adult. If you can get an adult, your adults in the monkey cage with you or in the wild animal cage with you, you'll have the most fun. They might not be enjoying it too much, but you will have the absolute most fun picking on them.
Well, and in that same area too, you got me thinking about that area. Dumbo ride. There's no Dumbo ride, is there, over in Walt
Yes, there is. There's one Dumbo ride.
But not the spinning like in Walt Disney World. It's Aladdin, isn't it? In Disneyland.
No, Aladdin actually has. And I'm going to steal this one from AJ from Disney Food Blog, but Disney Magic Kingdom has 3 aerial carousels.
Okay.
You have the Dumbo, which is the original and the best. You have the Astro Orbiter, which is the one up on top of
that's
Tomorrowland.
Right. Yeah.
And then you have the Magic Kingdom Carpets of Aladdin. While at Disneyland, you just have Dumbo and you have the Astro Orbiter, which isn't up high; it's kind of dropped down low. So if you're afraid of heights, well, if you're afraid of heights, that's the one to do. But now, granted, I've heard that our Astro Blasters in Tomorrowland Buzz Lightyear ride isn't as good as Space Ranger Spin. I've heard that, but I've also heard that it's better. I don't know. I haven't been over there. I can't compare. What do you think, Jeff?
I don't know. When I did those when I was so young, I don't know. You got me thinking about that entire area now, and you're not asking me about this, but I want to talk about the Star Tour. Star Tours was the original Star Tours there, and I remember being there like opening month. That whole area is so different from when I was there. I don't know that I have a strong opinion on
I'm gonna put a memory in your head here. When the first time I went to Disneyland, they didn't have Star Tours.
Again, I was there before and during after.
They had Adventures Through Inner Space.
Sure, I did that. I almost got kicked out of the park being on that ride once.
Okay, what happened?
Well, it wasn't me, but I was in the right group. The idiot kids that I was with were acting a fool, and I was a good kid, man. You know where I was never a bad kid? Disneyland. You could send me to jail. Here, Jeff, you can go to jail or you can get kicked out of Disney. I'm going to pick jail every time. There's no way. So I was on my best behavior at Disneyland, but I was with a bunch of idiots, and I'll never forget it. And I'll tell the story. I haven't told this. I don't think I've ever told this. Maybe I have. I don't know. So we're getting yelled at by security. I swear I did nothing. But I was with the crew, and there's like 12 kids in the group. And one of the leaders was of the group, like an older kid, pushed me like towards the back of the pile and then went like this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gone. I took off, which now I know I was on video. They could have found me. But anyway, they were being a mess. But yes, that was actually a really cool ride, but it's way out of date.
It is, but that's
were you there for Captain EO?
I was there for Captain EO.
Captain EO was great.
Oh, Captain! When I first saw that, I was like confused.
Oh man, that was scary when I was a little kid. What's her name? Angelica Houston being the crazy creepy thing coming at you.
And with those nails, like
I'm so scared of that. Now I'm not going to sleep tonight. Thanks for that. I love that. I love that whole section. And this mountain is better in Disneyland than in Disney World. I'll throw that one out there for you. It's pretty close.
I have to share a little joke about that one. My best friend, she absolutely loves Captain EO because she's a fan of all things 80s.
Okay, who's this? I love this person. Whoever you're talking
about. Her name's Brenda. She actually works at Disneyland. She's
Brenda,
worked there.
I like you.
She's worked there since 1999.
Oh, thanks for that. I love that.
Yeah. Now she's in security. She's actually gonna be the one that's helping me and my mom get in on
Aw,
Sunday.
nice.
So absolutely love her to death. I met her in college, but she, I do recall, and I'll never forget this. Captain EO, the first line that Michael Jackson says, "We're going in." I'm like, I have to make a joke about that because oh my gosh.
You know what? I remember standing in line and waiting for that ride, which took forever at the time. There was like the making of Captain EO, like the making of
Melissa, I'll agree with you.
Oh man,
I'll agree with you there.
I loved it. I wish they'd bring it back. They never will, but I love
they won't, because I don't think that Michael Jackson's estate will release.
Michael Jackson's PR team would probably, well, whatever. I don't think Disneyland, I don't know. They're pretty stupid lately. They might go for it, but
you'd be surprised.
Disney, yeah, they've been making some weird decisions lately, but that's a whole other conversation. 80s are the best people. Amen.
And thank you, Kevin, for mentioning that here. Talking Mickey Project and Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure are partner channels. Before we leave tonight, which is going to be in about another half hour, just want to make sure that for tomorrow night, Talking Mickey Project is going to have one of their July live streams. So if you can make it, go for it. They're a lot of fun. I was in a couple of them. But again, back to Disneyland. Oh my God, yeah, Captain EO. Then they had Honey, I Shrunk the Audience in that same theater.
That's good. That was a fun one.
Oh gosh.
I remember the first time it poked me, I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the mice? Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. I think it was like a.
You're thinking
maybe I don't remember what the thing was.
You're thinking the wrong park. You're thinking over in California Adventure, and that was It's Tough to Be Above.
I am. You're right. No, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
you're probably
yeah,
right.
it was.
I don't know.
Because you're sitting back, and you get the Hopper that's saying he wants to revenge on all his humans for squashing bugs, and then he drops the Black Widows on everybody, which was kind of creeps you out. But what got me on that ride, wasn't the wasp stinging, because I was always sitting forward. What got me was the little bugs crawling underneath the seat, under the seats there.
You'd see the crowd start screaming, and it would roll at you like a wave.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, that attraction is no longer with us because they removed Bugs Land. They removed Bugs Land for the new land in Disney's California Adventure, which is Avengers Campus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I recently got to see that.
I haven't seen it yet. I hear it's amazing, but that's kind of sad to me, though. I want to see Avengers, but when we were in California, we were foster parents, and we'd have different kids in our family often. So we would take them to Disney, and we would have sometimes they were really young, and we'd have a blast in that area, and it was always empty. Like early at this time period, nobody went to DCA, and we loved it.
How long did it take you to find the 4-leaf clover?
I don't remember the 4-leaf clover.
There was one 4-leaf clover in Bugs Land.
I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe
of all those giant clovers in there was one 4-leaf clover.
Okay, maybe that does ring a bell. I don't know. I don't.
It was hanging out over by Francis Ladybug Boogie.
Francis was my buddy.
That was an interesting ride.
I love that.
To say the least. It was kind of, since it's gone, you kind of got to describe it. It's more like kind of if the teacups were running in a figure 8 formation and you weren't controlling the spin, that's basically what Francis Ladybug Boogie was. I mean, it was fun. It was great. It was a great little ride.
We had little people with us and different little people every time, and they loved it. I have great memories of that land. So,
oh, totally.
Somebody asked what state we're in, and they said they were in Texas. I'm in Texas too. I don't know where it went in chat. I can't find it because I want to say the name. I don't see it anymore. But I'm in Fort Worth. If you were asking me.
Oh yeah. Oh hey Mandy, welcome in.
Hi Mandy. Mandy, my favorite Barry Manilow song. Mandy.
Oh yeah. You know, Mandy, that's a ride that I'm definitely going to be going for, is Living with the Land. Cannot wait.
Love it.
But yeah, other things that Disney Worlders have to do. Oh my God, the food at Disneyland.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah.
Oh, geez. If you have not been to Disneyland, there is a restaurant that It's a little pricey for some people, but it is so worth it. It's the only restaurant inside an attraction.
I know where you're going. So what he's about to tell you, people, I totally agree. The best place to eat. I'll shut up.
Yeah, if you've never been to Disneyland and you're a foodie, like one of our people in chat here, Melissa, the restaurant that you have to check is the Blue Bayou.
100%.
And
best atmosphere, best food.
Great atmosphere, and you get to watch the boats float by in the on Pirates. Sometimes, if you're sitting on the water, sometimes you'll get somebody in a boat yelling, "Hey, throw me a biscuit!"
Yep. I love. We used to when I was very young. My grandpa would take us there as a treat, and I didn't appreciate it because I went there a lot, and now it's coming out of my wallet, and we haven't been in forever. But yeah. I did not. At the time, I'm like, oh come on, I could be doing 3 rides right now. But what a lucky
Jeff, I'm gonna give you a little secret then.
Hit me.
Okay. The turn time, the time it takes to turn tables at the Blue Bayou, you'd think you're in there for a long time, but in reality, the time it takes to turn a table is about 23 minutes.
Wow.
So you get in there, you get your order, you get your food, you're done. It's pretty much 23 minutes or so. Now here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. I've got friends that were servers at the Blue Bayou. Now a server shift is going to be anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Usually it's 8 hours, especially for the ones that have been there a while. Mm-hmm. Now your average 4-top is going to be spending easily $120.
Oh, I believe you. Yeah.
Okay. Average tip is what, 20%? So you're looking at about, let's just call it $25. All right.
Up. Yeah.
Each server usually has 4 tables in a station, and they're turning over every 23 minutes. So looking at about 3 times an hour, and they're making $25 a tip in tips on each of the 4 tables.
That's $300 an hour, people.
3 times an hour. Okay. Now,
you know how many times you can spill your water on me for $300 an hour? A lot.
Exactly. And so your
New Orleans, April. New Orleans
Square, yes.
But New Orleans food, gumbo. And
oh my God.
And, all that.
Oh, yeah, the gumbo over at Royal Street Veranda. Oh, in the clam chowder. Another secret here. If you want Disneyland clam chowder at home, the secret is the same recipe as Progresso soup clam chowder.
Ah, really?
So if you like Disneyland's clam chowder, just get yourself some of that Progresso soup clam chowder. It's the same recipe.
But here's the problem. You're not in Disneyland. It's like Dole Whip, right?
No, you're not.
We've got places that'll sell Dole Whip. They'll even call it Dole Whip right around the street here. My wife brought me some last weekend, and it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But I'm not. It makes me. I almost don't want to have it if I'm not in the parks because I'm not in the park.
It's a special occasion. By the way, I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of pineapple.
What? I thought we were friends. How
we
can
are
you
friends?
Say that to my face?
However, they do have a Dole Whip at DCA that I absolutely
They have lots of other good flavors. They do.
They have the lemon Dole Whip.
That's one of my. I love that one.
If you're not a fan of the pineapple,
you don't understand good life then. But we'll keep listening.
Well, I have to say, Jennifer, I love you to death, but you're not going to get me to eat pineapple on pizza. I'm sorry.
So you know where pineapple is wrong? Nowhere. Pineapple is perfect. Jennifer, another point for Jennifer. Not that it was that close of a point.
Now I see why Jennifer likes you so much.
I like her. Yeah, she knows.
She's awesome.
Absolutely.
And Mandy, you come out here. I'll see that you get in. Okay.
Mandy, I will be singing Barry Manilow to you the whole time. So if you hate that song, if my name was Mandy, I would probably be sick of that song by now. But I love that song. So if you're hanging out with me, I'm sorry. I'm singing that song. If you're down for that, let's go.
Okay. I guess Chris agrees with you here.
Chris knows. Come on, seriously. I never understood the pineapple on pizza. Like, you're mad because there's pineapple. So we got pizza downstairs right now. My son-in-law's down there with one of my daughters. It's a whole story, but whatever. But they've got pizza down there and they're yakking it up.
Okay. Now
you can't make pizza. What are you gonna? How do you make pizza bad? You don't order it. That's how you make it bad.
Well, that too. Well, actually, I have seen a bad pizza, and that is a prank pizza that a friend of mine used to get when he was delivering pizzas. It was pineapple, jalapenos, anchovies, and onions.
Well, I've never had anchovies. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like them. So I guess
they're just salt bombs.
Yeah,
they really are salt bombs.
Salt, but
no. Oh, sorry, I'm just noticing this here. Now there is a question that guests frequently ask.
Okay.
In Magic Kingdom, and they asked us at Disneyland too. Now, my past guest that I have, George, he's gotten this question more times than he can count, and that is, what time is the 3 o'clock parade, or what time is the 4 o'clock parade?
So I did a video of that we're close to we're close to Six Flags here in Arlington, Texas, and I did a video.
Six Flags over Texas.
Yeah, it's right, not too far from here. And so I did a video early on in my channel, whatever. And all of them were confused by the question, except for at the very end, where we're walking out, we're actually out of the park, and we're asking some security person, and they're like, they got it, they got the joke, and they gave us the good answer. But I get calls for work all the time, and I get some challenging members of America who don't know how to speak. Apparently, I don't understand that, but it would drive me crazy. As a cast member, you're a former cast member. Any cast members who may be watching, you guys are angels, because I don't put up with really very well.
I had somebody ask me while I was over at Village House in Fantasyland. I had somebody ask me, "Excuse me, how do I get to Fantasyland?" And I said, "Oh, that's easy. You take one big giant step to your left, and you're there."
Boom. Open your eyes.
I would usually have fun with some of the ridiculous questions. Like the ones that were usually my favorites. If they were being a pain, I would give them, not the best answer. But I had a guy come up to me. Now, this is over in Village House. I was emptying a can that's right next to the West Gate, which is right next to the restrooms at Village House, right outside. And if you're unfamiliar with Disneyland's layout, Village House is right next to Frontierland. Now it's right next to Galaxy's Edge. But you can walk through this guy's guest walked through Frontierland, right past the restroom, and approached me, who was emptying a can in the trash can. "Hey, you, where's the bathroom?" I looked at him, looked at the bathroom right behind him, looked back at him, and then I go, "Oh, you go straight down this street. When you get to Storybook Mountain, you make a left. You go all the way down that street under the bridge. Off to the left of the gas station is right there."
Exactly. Yeah, you got to leave the park, buddy.
Well, I actually sent him all the way to Toontown, past another restroom.
So Village House has my favorite music.
Oh, Village House is no longer Village House.
But the music, in my head. I remember is it Switzerland? Whatever that music.
It's the Matterhorn music.
Yes,
they pump in the Matterhorn music there.
I loved it. That music was Disneyland for me.
And when I was working there, they had some kind of error with the button in the command post where you couldn't turn the music off, even when we were closed or not open. You couldn't turn it off.
Maybe if I worked there all day, I would get sick of it. But for me, I think that sounds pretty
good. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions in chat, oh wait a minute, who does that? Pizza Hut puts ground beef on their pizza. Okay, yeah,
I guess if you asked for it, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, hi Rachel, welcome in.
Hi Rachel.
Rachel is my first mod. She's a good friend. She's a total sweetheart.
Love it.
But yeah, Jeff, what other rides and attractions should Disneyland first timers who've been to Disney World hit?
I think you've got to do Haunted Mansion. We talked about that maybe a little bit because you got to see Hatbox Ghost.
Yep.
I think that the entry or the entry to the ride is far superior in Disneyland. Also, you've got the real elevator.
Yes.
So I think that's worth it. The
stretching room. Yeah, the stretching room actually serves a purpose in the Disneyland version of it.
It does.
Because the fact of the matter is, the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, this is kind of spoiling the magic here. The Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, the facade is inside New Orleans Square, but the show building where the ride is, where all the guts of the ride is on the other side of the railroad tracks.
You're actually under the parking lot. That's right.
Yeah. So what you had to do was you had to go down in the elevator, and while you're going down that hall, you're basically walking under the railroad tracks to get to where the show building is.
Yep, because they didn't have any space. Because
exactly. The same thing is true for Indiana Jones. The show building is on the other side of the railroad tracks, so you have to literally walk all that long corridor with all the spooky lights that are connected to the faulty generator that keeps popping. You have to walk through that long corridor. It's great atmosphere, but it serves a purpose to get you to the show building that's on the other side of the railroad tracks. You can't really stop the train, can you? You know?
And then to add to that, I would say when you're done with that, walk past it and go into Critter Country. You're going to go over by Splash Mountain there. But right before you get to Splash Mountain, there's a cave. And I used to love that because you'd hear the bear snoring. I loved that.
Oh, I think that bear is. I don't think that bear is there anymore.
But you can see the cave. Anymore. You can still see the cave. But then go have lunch there at the Frontierland looking place. Sit right on the water. Watch the boats go by. Hardly ever packed there. Usually get your food pretty quick. It's not the best food in the park, but it's quick and the ambiance, is that the word I'm going to use? I guess it is. Right on the water, watching the Columbia go by or whatever. That's
the Columbia and the Mark Twain.
That's one of my favorite things to do. And then
it's a great place to feed the ducks. Yeah, it's a great place to feed the ducks.
It is. It is.
I have a funny story about Hungry Bear. Oh my gosh! So I was in busing when I worked at Disneyland. And we basically worked all the quick service restaurants, like everything from Refreshment Corner to Tomorrowland Terrace to Village House to Hungry Bear. We worked all of them. And Hungry Bear, when I was out on the patio area in the middle section, and which would be where a lot of guests would want to feed the ducks. They'd be, especially the kids, they're like out there tossing French fries to the ducks. That's why they're so fat. They're eating French fries.
Why I'm so fat.
Yep, that too. Now, pizza and French fries. French fries on pizza. Perfect. Now, I was using the pan and broom to sweep up, and these ducks, they're not the brightest animals in the world. I'm sorry. They may be cute. They may be fluffy.
All right.
They're not the smartest because I was sweeping.
They don't have to be. They land, you feed them, they fly away. What do they have to do?
Exactly. Well, I accidentally swept the ketchup packet off the dock and into the water. Sploosh. Oh. And I'm not kidding. 5 ducks charged this ketchup packet like, oh, food. And everybody's trying to go for this little ketchup packet.
That's funny.
Not a French fry, a ketchup packet.
They don't know.
Oh, Rachel has a question for you.
What's that? Oh, I'm in America, in the United States. Yeah, I've been to DCA, and yes, all of them on the continent that I live in. I live on. I haven't been to Europe, and I haven't been to Asia yet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, Hungry Bear. It's a great little restaurant, but you're gonna need something to do to work off all of those burgers, the fries, the chicken nuggets. It's the salads if you're smart and healthy. And that is just head back a little ways towards the Haunted Mansion and go down there and get on the canoe.
Yes.
Because that is one ride where you can get a workout.
Yeah. When I was a little boy, my mom would take me over there and she'd just sit down and I would go be a boy. And I'm sure it's not the same, but I have such good memories. And they're like park memories, but it's Disneyland Park. So amazing. If you have a little kid, especially a little boy, but if you have a little kid,
or if you are a little kid,
yes, right, that is have to do.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, the canoes have one rule. The one rule of the canoes is this: never stop paddling. And they will tell you this: never stop paddling, because you really do need to keep paddling.
But
Otherwise,
he's
what's
talking
going to happen?
about the canoes that are in the water. I'm talking about going across to the
Oh,
island.
the raft to Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah,
That too. That's another thing to do.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, Magic Kingdom has Tom Sawyer's Island too.
yeah.
But
But
I mean, I think we still have Injun Joe's Cave.
it's awesome. It's so
Yeah.
worth it.
Oh, it is.
One of my videos that I most recently put up on my channel was actually a Mark. We went on the real Mississippi, and we talk about. I loved that river before I ever saw that river because of Disney. It's just. I love Americana. I love it. So
hey Jeff, you know that riverboat at Disneyland, the Mark Twain?
I do.
You know why they call it the Mark Twain?
I've got a pretty good idea.
Because it runs on its plaque.
Oh, I don't think that's why, but I like the joke.
I heard that joke from a guest actually, and that was really funny.
Talk about giving away the secrets. There's no track down there. That's a real river.
Okay, but yeah, other things to do at Disneyland is number one. Most importantly, have fun.
Yeah,
you're in not only one of the best theme parks in the country, but you're also in a historical park. Because where else did Walt walk? I mean, where else did Walt have a direct influence on
for you
everything that was done?
When you're there, you're where he built it for you. He built it for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
He built it for us.
Yeah,
he was really there. I'm not a ghost guy, but he was there.
Yeah,
there's magic to that, and
yeah, I have a story that I talked about last week. Walt Disney, when he was walking the park, when he was alive and walking the park, he would carry around this little notepad.
Yeah.
And anything wrong that he would see, whether it was light bulb that was out on Main Street, or even paint chipping on a trash can, or even if there was like paint chipping on a building somewhere, he would jot it down. I mean, he was a perfectionist when it came to Disneyland. And that night, that stuff would be done, would be fixed. Everything on his little notepad would be addressed. It would be painted, and everything would be ready for the next day.
I've heard people say, some of my favorite YouTubers, some friends of mine, say that Disneyland and Disney World should be open 24 hours and they should have longer hours and this and that. And I disagree deeply.
You need the downtime.
The magic of the parks is how they're kept up as much as the magic of the rides.
Yeah.
The pristine. I mean, come on, you know how much gum and popcorn, well, not gum, but popcorn and trash is hitting that ground every day and you don't see it. And that's because they've got an amazing group of cast members who, when we're sleeping, are busting their rear ends. And I love it. I don't want it to turn into it's not the state fair, it's Disneyland. It's Disney.
Chris has a really good question here that you would probably be better able to answer than I would be able to, because I haven't been there yet. Is there a difference between Tom Sawyer's Island at Disneyland and Magic Kingdom?
For me, there is. This is very personal and it applies to no one but me. A huge, most important difference. My memories. I ran that Disneyland Tom Sawyer's Park Island as a kid. I don't even know if I've been across at Disney World. I probably have, but I don't know though. I think there is. I think there. I mean, there must be, but I don't know what they are. I have no specifics. But for me, it's nostalgia. For me, it's I played on that rock.
Mandy, Mandy, I'm going to address that question right now. Yes, there is a difference between the ride vehicles on Winnie the Pooh at Disneyland and Magic Kingdom. The ride vehicles at the Magic Kingdom, they're honeypots.
Oh, that's right.
The ride vehicles at Disneyland's Winnie the Pooh are beehives. They're basically little beehives. So yes, there is a huge difference.
I'm looking it up because it was at Chris, whoever asked about Tom Sawyer Island. I don't have a good answer other than what I threw out there, but I think
it's different for you personally. Did you have a personal reason for it to be for being different?
Yeah, no, I'm looking it up though. So there's quite a bit. So you've got Tokyo Disney's got one too. So Injun Joe's Cave, Secret Escape from the Fort, At Disneyland, Magic Kingdom instead's got Old Scratch's Mystery Mine. Do have Injun Joe's Cave. Rock elements in Disneyland are Castle Rock, Merry-Go-Round Rock, Teeter Totter Rock. I love those. Magic Kingdom's got Merry-Go-Round Rock and Teeter Totter Rock. Okay, so 2 out of 3. Treehouse, Tom and Huck's Treehouse. Magic Kingdom has a scavenger fort. That's right. I guess I did know about it, so I guess I have been over there. They both have pontoon bridges. They both have suspension bridges. They both have. Okay, so Fort Wilderness at Disneyland is called Fort Langhorne in Magic Kingdom. Fort Langhorne has. They both have the rifles, or at least they used to. In Disneyland, they originally had the Burning Settlers Cabin and the Indian Territory.
What happened to that?
I don't know. Tokyo Disney, like, I think, has it.
I mean,
okay, now it's called Mike Fink's Cabin. Here you go. I had to keep reading.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and then let's see. Okay. Oh, that's right. I knew this one. So Disneyland originally had the Fishing Pier and Catfish Cove. Now they have Lafayette, whatever, Tavern, Pirate Point, Smuggler's Cove, blah, 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 blah.
Richard, the train at Disneyland is back. It's been back. It's never left. You're thinking the train at Walt Disney World that's missing.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, if you really want to do the Walt Disney experience, walk up to the engineer, ask if your kid can get up front there, and that was Walt's thing. I mean, he sat right there.
And a fun fact is, if it is your birthday at Disneyland, if you ask, you can sit in the engineer's compartment.
If it's your son or daughter or grandson or granddaughter's birthday, tell everybody who has a cast member sign on. Be nice. Don't expect anything. Cast members don't have to give those extras, but when you're friendly and happy and you hit them at the right time, you might get them. I mean, and birthday extra, get the pin, go there, make sure that Disneyland or Disney World, make sure you go get the pin. My first visit, my 20th visit, my, whatever, my birthday, my anniversary, whatever, if it is.
Yeah.
And no reason not to do that.
Okay. Yes, Chris, physically Disneyland is smaller, but
by a lot, but Disneyland actually has a lot more rides than the Magic Kingdom. So I like the intimacy of Disneyland more than the spread outness of Disney World, except for in Adventureland in Anaheim. That's a mess. That's so tight.
They actually changed that recently.
A little bit. They took out a little bit of the meat place. What is that place called?
Bengal Barbecue. That's still there.
Yeah, but they moved it a little bit.
It's in the same location. They basically vacated the shop that was next door and turned that area into tables.
They put some seating in there, and they took out the seating out front, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. They moved the seating out front into the Indiana Jones shop that was right next door, where you can get the Indiana Jones hats and the that's basically.
By the way, there's a difference. I love Bengal Barbecue. I super love Bengal Barbecue, and they don't have that in Disney World. So
no, they don't.
If you like spicy meat on a stick or sweet meat on a stick, but I like.
Oh yes, yeah. My favorite item at Bengal Barbecue would have to be the Bengal beef.
I love that place so much that I asked cast member for the recipes, and they gave them to me. This is years ago. I love everything there, but I always get the spice. Oh, my mouth just watered. I swear, spicy, whatever they call that. Oh, my wife liked the tiger tails and they actually will put vegetables on a stick for you. Hey, buddy, just back from your trip, right?
Oh man, I heard that Keith had an amazing time
for watching it on Instagram and such. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Keith's my buddy. Well,
Keith is a good guy. I see him in streams all the time.
He's a good guy. Yep.
But yeah, oh my gosh, it's almost an hour. We've almost been here for an hour. My gosh, time flies when you're having fun,
I'm having a great time.
But Jeff, I want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And just shooting the breeze about Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So I hope that for all of you Disney Worlders out there who have never been, wait a minute, John. Fun. Oh my gosh, John, welcome in.
All the best people are here today. What's going on, buddy?
Yep. Oh yeah. But for all you Disney Worlders who've never been to Disneyland, please come on out, join us, have fun on the West Coast. Where else are you going to get to see where Walt Disney himself stayed? Where else are you going to get to ride the Matterhorn? Where else are you going to get to go on Alice in Wonderland? Or Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, the one they took away from you.
You know what I didn't say? And before we leave, I got to get out there. If you have time, and you do, if you have a real, I mean, it doesn't take as long to do Disneyland as it does to do Disney World. Go over to the Disneyland Hotel. Like, it's amazing.
Oh, yes.
So worth your time.
Totally.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
But thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody in chat. We had so much fun tonight, and y'all have a blessed day. And thank you for stopping in tonight.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.